Hey everybody!
Hey, well, good evening, everybody. How you guys doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing great. With Will and Faith Scott, we get to the root, health and wellness. I want to
Yes.
welcome you guys to another episode of Healthy Habits, Healthy Life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where we come and we talk about how our choices actually create habits and our habits become our lifestyle. So, welcome again. We thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday evening. Yes. So we got a great episode for you this evening. Yes. So hopefully you had an opportunity to take the personality test. It was a free test. It's supposed to give you a breakdown real quickly of your most dominant personality trait, so we got quite a few.
Wait. She said the screen is black.
Oh, screen is black. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're trying to look and see.
See and hear us.
Yes. I'm sorry to keep babbling. So first of all, I got to make sure that you guys can see us and hear us. So let us know if you can, Tom say, I can see them. All right. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Jody says she can see us. Hey, okay. Jody. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. That's good.
Okay, so I think we're good. We have people saying that they can see us. They can hear us. Okay, great.
I can see and I can hear you fine. Great.
Thank you.
I guess we got to do a little roll call before we get started, huh? Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Old Will like to get the babbling and rolling and going, but I appreciate those up there that respond to let us know if you can't see us or you can't hear us. That's great. Because we don't know, the technology seems like it's working, but we don't know. So thank you so much for that feedback.
Yes, we appreciate you all joining us again.
Yes.
If it is your first time joining us, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's connect. Let's get healthy and fit together.
Absolutely.
Like Will said, this is Will, I'm Faith, and we love to come and inspire and motivate you to make healthy choices to create that healthy lifestyle that you so richly deserve. Okay, so we love to come and share recipes. We do fun in-home workouts, and like this evening we're going to be just sitting and talking about personality traits and how it affects or how it can influence our eating habits or our eating choices. Okay. So if it's your first time joining us, thank you for joining us. If it's your 112th time joining us, thank you too for joining us. All right. And we're going to get this train moving. But before we do, we have a very important announcement that we would like to make. Now, I don't know if you all have heard about this upcoming event called The Real Truth About Weight Loss. Now, if you haven't heard about it, don't worry. We have a link below. Hold on one second. Let me see. We got a link below where you can let me hide us there. Let me see. I'm gonna get this technology right. Hold on one second.
There it is.
Yes.
Yay.
We have this summit coming up on February the 12th through the 20th, and we are super excited because we will definitely be one of the speakers. We're actually going to be sharing our testimony about our journey on February 16th. So please reserve your spot. Okay. Register for this event. It's February 12th through the 20th. It won't just be us, but it'll be like 40 other medical doctors up there explaining the real truth about weight loss. And what an important time to register and tune into this type of summit, because it's the beginning of the year and we all have goals that we're trying to reach. We're all trying to maybe lose a few pounds, but why not get the truth about it?
There you go.
Right?
Yes.
Get real facts about it. The science about it. Okay.
Yes.
And that way you can make positive steps towards reaching your goals, and not only positive steps, but sustainable steps, because you've gotten the truth.
That's right.
And you're getting truth that you can apply.
That is
So
correct.
go ahead on and register for this event.
Yes.
We will be with other experts, right? And other individuals will be sharing testimonies as well. So we are super excited.
Very excited.
The link will be below where you can register for this event.
Yes.
And share it with family and friends.
Please,
Okay, tell them, look, there's going to be a live summit.
Let's blow it up.
Yeah, live summit, free. Now, who can argue with free?
Oh, you gotta get
I don't know
free.
too many who can argue with free.
It's
okay, so that's February the 12th.
February 12th.
The Real Truth About Weight Loss Summit.
Yes.
Looking forward to each and every one of you joining us.
Yes.
And we thank you all for joining us tonight.
Yes.
So we're not gonna tarry much longer because we respect your time.
Yes, we do.
We want to go ahead on and get started with Dr. Will's presentation. And last week he gave us a homework assignment.
Yes.
How many of y'all did it?
Yeah, if you did it, raise your hand.
How many of y'all did it?
Yes.
All right. I think Tiffany said I did a double. She said I did double the homework. All right. All right, Miss Tiffany.
Yep.
I think Mr.
I know Tom.
Yep. I think Mr. Tom did it. Yes. Assignment. And let's see. Yes, it was a few other people that have reached out to us and told us that they did theirs, but I did mine.
I did mine.
Personality assignment. So I'm really ready to take notes and listen to Dr. Will.
Yes.
And just get some more insight on how our personalities can sort of relate or influence what we eat. Okay.
Yes.
So
it's gonna be good.
Let's get going. So we're gonna show this in the screen and
pull the slide up there, Queen.
Okay.
There it is. Yay.
All right.
There it is. Part 2, personality trait and eating habits. Okay. So getting started into our personality traits and eating habits. Before we do that, let's do a quick refresher over what we talked about last week. And last week, what we did was we defined what we call the 5-factor model. Okay, they call FFM or the Big Five. Okay, so I don't know, some of you may remember the acronym that I used. It was called OCEAN. They help you to remember what the 5-factor models are. Okay. These are the top personality traits. There are about 16 or more other personality traits, but these are like the top 5 that psychologists use, normally to actually put people in different categories as far as their personality characteristics go. Okay, so
you ready to get started?
Let's get started.
Okay,
let's get started, Queen.
Let's click away.
Let's click away. So first, before we do all of that, let's get into our agenda this evening. This is what we're going to discuss. We're going to review the Big 5-factor model. We're also going to look at the personality trait study. This is going to be the foundation of where we got our information from as far as the correlation between the personality traits and the eating habits. Okay. Then we're going to also put the personality trait test on there for those that did not join us last week. So you can go on and take that test for yourself. Okay. So we wanted to make sure we put that up for you. Then we're going to do a quick conclusion for this evening. Okay. All right. So let's click to the next slide there, Queen. We're going to just put up the Big 5 real quick. Here's the 5-factor model. The Big 5, we call it the FFM. You have neuroticism, highs and lows. And as you can see, you have your depression on the high side and fearlessness and shamelessness on the low side. I'm not going to read each one of these. I just wanted to share them with you. Just a quick refresher because we're only here until 9 o'clock. So I want to make sure we get the good information in there for you. So
the Big 5 is neuroticism.
Extraversion.
Openness.
There you go.
Agreeableness. And conscientiousness.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. So, all right. So one thing, if you took that test, if you took the test last week or right after our last episode, you found out that the test gave you results, right, of all 5 of those personality traits. And if you recall from last time, if you were here, and if not, no problem, I'm going to share it with you this time. Each one of the personality traits are within us. Okay. There's a sliding scale that this particular test uses where it's going to be high or low. Okay. And that's what we're looking at. So when we got our test results back, each one of those personality traits were rated. Okay. So some on the high side, some on the low side. So we all have a combination of all 5. Okay, so I'll let you know that. But this evening, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the most dominant traits. Okay, and you may have a couple dominant traits. But however, we're going to focus on the dominant traits and the high end of the traits. Okay, not necessarily the low side. Okay. So
if I can interject, when I took my test, I scored highest with the agreeableness.
I did too.
Factor. What is it? Personality trait.
Yes.
And sort of low in the other ones, but the one that stood out the most was agreeableness. So if you took the test, drop a line down below and let us know where you scored the highest. And it was interesting to see that I had a little bit of all the other ones, but mostly agreeableness, conscientiousness was one, and I think openness was one. So that was really interesting to see. So, but tonight we're going to be focused on the information that Dr. Will be sharing is the category of the high, wherever you scored the highest in. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So mine, to let you know, I scored all of those as well. Mine was low in all areas except for agreeableness was the highest for me. And medium for me was openness. So those are the 2 that stood out for me. So you may have, a combination of yours. And
Thomas, you said you was a neuroticism. All right. Don't ain't no shame in your game.
The beautiful part about that. The beautiful part about that, if you was high in neuroticism or if you are high in neuroticism, that means that you're emotionally stable. Okay. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So high neuroticism is emotionally stable. You're very calm. You're very relaxed. You can handle pressure very, very well, which is, hey, that's a great trait to have. So I know I get the babbling on.
Queen, we have Virginia Martinez. She was highest in extroversion.
All right. Wonderful.
All right, Virginia. Great.
And Virginia, I thought that I was going to be high in extroversion because that's who I am. I'm very spontaneous. I like to get out there and get after it, kind of run with my hair on fire. As you can see, I already burnt it all off. But anyway, I wasn't high in the extroversion. Now, so if anybody else want to share theirs with us, that's great. That's wonderful if you do. All right. So we're going to move on here. Let's go into our next slide there, Queen. All right. So now we're going to talk about real quick. We're going to talk about our study. Okay. Now, I looked at this study and I did some analyzing of this study. First of all, they looked at about 13,000. Matter of fact, a little bit more than 13,000 participants in this study. It was closer to 14,000. And what they did was they looked at the frequently food questionnaire. They took that frequently food questionnaire and they actually categorized 10 major food groups. Okay. And through those 10 major food groups, they came up with 3 eating habit categories. All right. And through those 3 eating habit categories, we came up with the carbohydrate-based foods, meats, plant-based foods, and fish. Okay. And that's what this particular study kind of grouped those categories together with. Now, one thing is I want to tell you about is that these different researchers and research studies that were held, there was some confusion in some of them, some inconsistencies there. And this was all based on other variables. Okay. So this is not something that's etched in stone. It's going to give you a general knowledge of the personality traits based on the social dynamics and the social demographic areas and so on and so forth. Okay. So it's a lot of other complex things that go into actually understanding the eating habits from a personality trait standpoint. Okay. However, we're going to do a broad brush. We're going to do a very broad type understanding and ideas this evening.
So an awareness. You're just bringing
that's what we're going to do.
To another piece of the puzzle of healthy living.
Absolutely.
Because it's just broad. It's so many pieces.
Yes.
They're all obtainable.
Oh, yeah.
But if you don't know, you don't know.
You don't know.
So just finding out information and knowledge so that we can know better.
Right.
And then we can do better.
And we can do better.
So that's what this presentation is tonight. It's just an awareness to us all that can just give us another tool in analyzing who we are and how we got to go about achieving healthy living.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So I'm gonna break down real quick in the study. Carbohydrates, they basically talked about carbohydrate foods like breads. They also included potatoes in there, pasta, snacks, cakes, confectionery. So those are the types of foods fit in that category. In the meat category, they was talking about red meat, processed meats, and poultry. Okay. And then in the plant-based foods was vegetables, fruits, legumes. They also have fish, seafood, and breakfast cereals. These were all in that category, okay? So I just wanted to bring that. I thought it was a couple of interesting facts, though, that I wanted to bring to you, you know, based on the social dynamics or social demographics. And these are different variables, but I wanted to bring this one to you. This was really interesting. Women, excuse me, women consume less carbohydrate and meat-based foods, and they lean more towards plant-based foods than men. Okay. And I thought that was very interesting because I remember years ago when Queen and I, we used to go out and frequent a particular restaurant in Virginia. She would always go and she would get a vegetable plate from time to time. And I used to be like, vegetables? I said, you ain't gonna get no chicken. I had to get my chicken, you know. But anyway, it was strange, you know. And then when I read this research study that women typically lean more towards plant-based eating more than men. And I was like, wow, that is really cool. I said, wow, I mean, and she did that without even knowing anything about plant-based, of course. And I know she didn't know anything about her personality trait, right? Which we're going to share with you what her trait was that helped her to lean in that direction. Okay. But I thought that was great. Also, younger people, they actually looked at more carbohydrates and meats. Younger people did that, you know, of course, than older people. Okay. Individuals with higher education levels, they also lean more towards plant-based eating. Okay. So because of their knowledge and education, they found out about meat, so they don't eat meat as much either. So I thought that was really cool. Just wanted to bring a couple of fact pointers to you that I gotten from that study, and very interesting. Okay. All right. So let's get into how our next slide here, Queen. We're going to get into how our personality traits and eating correlation. Okay. So with openness, you see that it's negatively related with meat consumption. So someone that's in with the open high end now of the openness, they like plant-based foods and fish. They lean more positively towards eating that way versus eating meat. Now, we're not saying that the person that has a high-end openness do not eat meat, or maybe not even choose to eat vegetables. However, in this research study, when they took their survey, they fell more towards the plant-based eating and the fish than they did towards the meat eating. Okay.
So the openness.
Yes. Openness towards that. So, you know, in prior studies, you know, people with the scores of high in openness, they ate less meat. And that's what they were saying in this one. They avoided meat, and they also avoided meat fats. They didn't like fats. They consume more plant-based foods.
Okay. All right.
People that I like this too. Vegetarians. Vegetarians scoring higher in openness. So most of the vegetarians in this study, they had a high in openness when they took this personality test. Okay. That they did during the study. Just wanted to bring that one to you. So if you're high end on the openness and you do like vegetables, or high end on the openness and you find yourself that you eat vegetables maybe more frequently than other people in your household that may not be in the high end of the openness category personality trait, now you know why. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's look at conscientiousness. Okay. So we put these all to the side. We see perfectionism and workaholics. And we have distractibilities, irresponsibilities, and rashness. However, they negatively associated with carbohydrate-based foods and meat. So Not necessarily, they don't deal with foods, carbohydrates, foods, and meats, processed meats, and foods like that. They lean more towards plant-based foods and fish as well. Conscientiousness. So we talked about conscientiousness. These are the people that what? They like to plan. These are people that like details. Okay, so they're very, very right. You know, they like to get into the nuts and bolts of different things. So they like schedules and things like that. So they are pretty much the no nonsense type people. So they probably have maybe a higher education level and studying. And I remember when we went whole food plant-based, Queen would study everything. She studied everything about plant-based that she could, from recipes to why people eat the way they eat. You know, she's very conscientious when it comes to things like that. So now conscientiousness, right? Positively associated with lower meat consumption, right? And they also look towards eating more plants. Okay, so if you're high end in conscientiousness, this is some of the reasons why you eat the way you do. Okay. All right.
Next slide.
Yes. Let's go to the next one. Let's look at extroversion. All right. This is Virginia. You say you were high in extroversion. Yeah. So negatively associated with carbohydrate based foods. Remember those breads, potatoes, things like that. You know, may not eat a lot of breads and things. Positively associated with meat and plant-based food. So more of the what? Omnivore. You eat a little bit of both. You're on both sides of the river.
Okay.
So, you know, they negatively associate the carbohydrate-based foods. They don't get into a whole lot of breads and pastas and things like that. They eat plant-based and they eat meat, right? It sounds more like on the Mediterranean diet. Some of you may have heard of the Mediterranean diet. They have a combination of meats and vegetables. They do eat a lot more vegetables than they do meat, but they incorporate meat in their diet plan on a daily basis. Okay, so that's the Mediterranean diet. You have the Mediterranean diet, you have the traditional diet, and you have a convenience diet. These are other diets. Yeah, I know, right? These are diets that are out there that people actually fit into those categories. And I didn't want to get too deep into that because I wanted to go over personality traits and their relationship or correlation with eating habits. Okay. So we have our extroversion. All right. So now let's get into our agreeableness. All right. So here we go. Submissive. That's us. Okay. Selfishness. Gullibility. So we're negatively associated with carbohydrate-based foods and positive on plant-based foods and fish. So that's us. That's me. I told Queen, I never forget. I said, yeah, I agree with you. We can go whole food plant-based as a family. I love it, but you got to make sure you can fix me some plant-based desserts. Okay, so I was agreeing to agree that we that we get some plant-based desserts. I'm all in. Okay. So, but these are the people that have higher scores in agreeableness, report less consumption in carbohydrate foods like breads and things like that, and higher consumption in, of course, the plant-based. Okay. We are positively associated with eating less meat. All right. All right. So we're going to go into our last but not least here, Queen, which is neuroticism. All right. So neuroticism, negatively associated with carbohydrate-based foods, however, positively associated with meat-based foods, okay? So they lean more towards eating of the meats and things like that, okay? They back away from the plant-based foods, not so much in the breads, in your potatoes. They do eat them, but not on a high level. The highest level, if you want to look at a scale of high to low, meats is the top of the line, top gender for neuroticists. Okay. All right. So hopefully you had an idea, just a brief idea of how our personality trait relates to eating. Now, this is, like I said before, this is all based on a research study that was performed with about 14,000 people. Other variables was in there. Social demographics was included in that. A lot of variables and key factors was in this study. Okay. I mean, I really didn't even tap nowhere near into everything that the researchers did, but when they actually was getting participants for this study. Okay. But this just gives you a broad brush of how it is, definitely how personality traits kind of determines.
Influences.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. And coincides with our eating habit choices. Yes.
Well, like I said earlier, I scored very high on the agreeable side, the agreeable, conscientiousness, and openness.
Yeah.
And to my surprise, all three of those categories lean more towards plant-based and fish.
Okay.
All three of them.
Okay.
And so I was like, maybe that's why it was so easy for me to transition to a plant-based lifestyle.
Yes.
Right? Of course, you know, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
But that's amazing because even like Will said, my God, 20, 25 years ago, I can even remember being in my early 20s where I would just go for like 2-3 weeks and eat nothing but vegetables. You know, now they weren't cooked all that healthily, but you know, I was like, man, I just need to eat vegetables. And so this is really interesting. And I still do love seafood, but I don't love what it does to my body. Right. So I choose not to see that as food anymore. But when I was did eat animal-based food, I loved seafood. So
and that's something
the study showed based on the three categories that I scored high in. Well, the highest was openness, but it showed plant-based and fish. And so I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
So that's really amazing. So
that is really good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, one of the things, you know, as we conclude, we did put down the link for the study again. So if you want to take that study, you can do that. I think it's a great thing so that you know and become aware and understand why you actually lean to certain food groups. Okay. It's not the one all catch all. Okay. I just want to let you know also that personality traits and eating habits, they do correlate with each other. Okay. No doubt about it. Research studies have proven that. However, you know, we want you to also understand that there are other factors in determining your health habits, okay? Your healthy eating habits or just eating habits in general, okay? There are other things in there. So you got like social norms are included in that, individual preferences, okay? I just prefer this or that, you know, attitudes, and then also situations and factors, other things that are included in that. And all of those need to be looked at or viewed if you're really trying to hone in on your eating habits, okay? You got to look at more than just the personality traits. You have to look at all of them holistically. And then that's how you would actually figure out what you need to do in order to make your changes. Now, another thing is that by me being a health psychologist, what I do is I take those factors and everything. We would sit down together in sessions, okay? And we would get down to the grassroots or get to the root of exactly why you're doing what you're doing. And if you would want to make a change, what type of plan can we put together for you to do that? So that's what I do as a health psychologist. Okay. So I will come to you and bring those to you. So I just wanted to share that with you this evening, you know, so hopefully.
Personality. Wow. My personality. So leave some comments below. Let us know, did the personality test and the information that we'll share with you was insightful. Enlightening, empowering. And for those of us who our personality traits say, well, you know, we prefer more on the animal-based side and all that, there's still hope. It doesn't mean that, you know, oh well, I just don't even need to try because my personality. No, that's an excuse. Okay. But it's good to know, like I said, just some of these tendencies that we may have. And again, it's a wide range. You got your social environment, you got culture, you got so many economic situations, you know, can determine why we do what we do. And of course, we know the food industry has cornered the market with enticing us to eat foods that we wouldn't normally eat, but because they make it look so good and the marketing, sometimes we fall prey to some of these foods that we wouldn't ordinarily eat, and then we become addicted to them. So we just wanted to give you, I like to call them pearls that you find out along the way to help all of us, help me, help you figure out this thing called healthy living. Okay.
Hey, and I want to let you know that this your eating habits and everything, it's a learned behavior.
It is.
Okay. It's a learned behavior, right? There's only one food ever that we gravitated to, that we actually wanted, and that's mom's breast milk.
That's right.
That's right.
Everything else
is learned. Okay. Yep. So if you can learn it, you can unlearn it to a degree. Okay.
That's true.
Modeling has a lot to do with all of that too. Your modeling behavior. That's right. Your social learning theory talks about that in depth.
Right.
So I'm telling you, it's a learned behavior. Believe it.
It is.
And you can change it.
That's true. That's true. And that's what excites me so much. And I don't want to get off on a tangent, but it excites me more about raising our children.
Yes.
In this lifestyle, because they learn by watching us.
Absolutely.
You know, they eat what I eat. They may not like it, but they're more apt to try it because they see mom and dad here eating. That's right. Right. And so we're being that example.
Yes. We are.
Before them, and so that modeling behavior is huge. It's really huge.
It is.
So we have some comments coming. Let's see, Mr. Thomas, what you got? Becoming a question of what can we afford to? Becoming a question of what can we afford to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So help me out with that. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to connect the dots. Okay. Becoming a question of what can we afford to eat? Okay.
It does become a question of that.
Yeah.
Okay. It does become a question of that.
Okay. So
break it down to us, because I want to know exactly so we can get specific on that particular question and statement right there, Tom. So got it.
Commissary prices have I think prices in general have went up.
Yes.
For grocery shopping.
Yeah, Queen, you just said that the other day.
I just said that the other day because I went grocery shopping and I'm like,
I'm
buying the same food, but why am I paying more money? But it's all good because you know what, Tom? My health is worth it.
Amen.
Either I'm going to pay it on the front end with my food, or I'm going to pay it on the back end with the medical and the doctors and the pharmaceuticals and the pills and the surgeries and all of that, and not living a good quality of life. So, I have, when I first went transition to this way of eating, I thought it was very expensive, right? But really it isn't, because the produce aisle isn't that expensive in my opinion. But now look at it as my health is my wealth.
Yes.
So I'm investing in my health.
Absolutely.
Me and my family's health.
Yes.
And again, I'd rather spend it on the front end with food,
that's right,
and living a healthy life on the back end,
that's right,
than the reverse.
That's right.
And that's all. That all comes through just being exposed and awareness and benefiting from eating, the fruits and vegetables and just treating our bodies good. That's right. 7 years ago, I couldn't say that because I was hesitant. Lord Jesus, But I said, you know what? I'm gonna move that aside.
Yep.
And I'm just going to do. Yes. And now I would have it no other way. Yes. So I feel you on that, Tom, about the prices going up.
Yes.
But hey, we got a choice. We either pay it in our food and get the right foods for our bodies so we can thrive, or pay for it on the back end. Yeah. So, the choice is ours. The choice is ours, and the choice is yours.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
Let's see. We have Mr. Gunther. Okay, Gunther is never too late. That's right. Yeah. Chef AJ and Tammy of Nutmeg Notebook. Notebook. I'm getting tongue tied.
Alan Esther
show. Yes, 86 years old. I can't recall. Yes. I mean, it's never, ever too late. As long as we're breathing.
That's right.
We're in our right minds.
That's right.
We can get up and go to the store and choose to get the right foods for our body so we all can thrive. It's worth it all.
It's
worth it all.
Yes.
It's worth it all.
Beautiful.
So let me see who else we have here. Mr. Stanley Robinson. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Stanley. Very enlightening. Very enlightening. Yep. That's why we love to come and share insight. I know, like I told Dr. Will when he was in his health psychology program, I'm like, man, I can't wait till you start sharing some of this insightfulness with us lay people,
right?
Because it just, awareness is everything. Yeah. And I like to call them little pearls. You get along the way, you learn this. You know what? That makes sense to me. And even if it don't make sense, you know, it sort of give you like a moment. Like,
let me pause and think about this.
Let me think about this. Let me dive in a little more and find out more about this, so that I can live a better life.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
That's exactly what it's about. You know, one of the things too I want to share with you real quick, what Queen and I do is we try to take the complex items and ideas and articles and things like that and break it down to a day-to-day, every day, where all of us can understand it, because sometimes you can get caught up. You know, I remember the first time I read the China study and I was like, woo. It took me a little bit to absorb what Dr. Campbell was saying to us, you know, because he had got into a level at a high point, and it's like, oh man, wow. So we try to do is we try to bring that down to where everyone can understand exactly what's going on without getting too scientific, if you will. Okay, because if something that you don't really understand, you're not going to do it.
That's true.
So we want to make sure we try to do that as much as we can for you. So
all right. So let's see, Karen, what she say? I love the little pearls. Oh, yes, they are priceless, priceless. Yes, and for me personally, it's been a 7-year journey. Really, it's been a whole life journey, because everything we go through in life has prepared us for this very moment in time. Wherever we find ourselves in this journey called life and trying to do better and live better and be healthy, every situation in life has brought us to this very moment in deciding whether I'm going to do this or whether I'm going to do that. So I'm grateful for those years of my life where I didn't really take care of myself. But I'm more grateful for the past 7 years where I've been trying to do that which is right. And again, maybe not getting it right all the time, but just very conscientious. Yes, it's very conscientious of really taking care of my temple.
Absolutely.
And so I'm grateful for my journey. I'm hoping that you're grateful for yours. I'm grateful that your journey has brought you to will and faith and get to the root. And hey, we're in this together.
Yes, we are.
There are no big eyes, no little U's. We're all in this walk together.
That's right.
We're sharing information, and we're learning too along with you. So I'm just forever grateful that we have this platform where we can bring information, share inspiration, share motivation. We all connect and we all getting healthy together.
That's right.
So with that being said, if we don't have any more further comments, you got anything else you want to say here?
I was looking at to see best on the front end. Okay, I like what Miss Tiffany was saying right there.
Okay, what's that? Miss Tiffany, yes, that's right. Paying it on the back end costs us much, much more than investing on the front end. Amen to that.
That's
amen. Amen.
That's huge.
So we are forever grateful. Thank you for joining us. But before we go, we want to remind you of the summit that's coming up. February the what is it? February the 12th. February the 12th, we have the summit coming up. Please, please, please click on the link below. Go ahead on and register your spot. We will definitely be there and be square.
You will not regret it.
You won't regret it. On the 16th, mark your calendar. Will and Faith will be sharing our testimony. And we just are excited.
Yes, we are.
We are humble at the same time, because we're on a platform with like 40 doctors and several other people that's going to be up there sharing their testimony as well. So if you want a life transforming event, go down in the description below, click on the link to register your spot for the upcoming The Real Truth About Weight Loss Summit. Okay, I guarantee you, every year it's been for 4 years now. I think this may be the 5th year.
Have Miss Karen is registered.
Awesome. I have learned something from this summit every year. I've learned something from this summit. It is amazing. So please click on the link below. Click on the link below, register, and be sure to mark your calendars so that you can tune in to this event. I guarantee you it's going to change your life forever.
Yes, it will.
Now, y'all know also what we got. What we got there?
Miss Bernetta.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Bernetta. Hey.
Okay. What foods do we get your unsaturated fats? Okay.
Well, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's a good question.
Fruits, vegetables, starches, okay? Some plant-based foods, they may be high in fat, but they are low in saturated fats, okay? So I always just think of eating from the earth, keeping it simple.
That's right.
Your nuts, of course, you know, they're high in fat, but they're also healthy for us. So eat them sparingly. Your avocados, they're high in fats, but they're healthy fats, okay? So, and again, if you're on a weight loss journey, you want to eat those type of high calorie dense type foods. Keep them to a minimal, right? You don't want to sit there and just eat a whole avocado, right? Because it's plant-based and it's very healthy, but it's also rich in calories because of the fat content. So just always be mindful. Focus on the fruits, the vegetables, your whole starches, your potatoes, your beans, your rice, your grains, okay? And I like to say accentuate your plate with the other healthy fats, right? The more calorie dense foods. And by all means, avoid all oils, okay? All oils. You want to avoid all of them. But if you go in the produce aisle, you're good to go. Your beans, your rice, your whole potatoes, and not just white potatoes. You have orange potatoes, sweet potato, purple potato. I'm going to do a blog on my favorite potatoes right now. And they are definitely not white potatoes. They're not even the orange sweet potatoes either. Honey, living this lifestyle, I have expanded my sweet potato repertoire. So I feel a little bougie, but but that's just how amazing the plant-based kingdom is, right? The variety is endless. The taste is amazing, right? And we get to enjoy the taste, and our bodies get to reap the benefits of being healthy, vibrant, and strong. So Miss Bernetta,
we're gonna get even deeper though, Miss Bernetta, because I see a couple of your questions down here. That's something we're gonna tackle, you know, because we're only here for 30 minutes. But I'll tell you right now, because I see the one with you see that the
virgin oil.
Yes,
yes, ma'am. Even virgin olive oil. Okay. She's not virgin. It's not good for our heart. Okay. It's just pure fat. And if you want the olive oil, eat it in its whole state. Eat the olive. Okay. Not separate the olive away and just give you the fat. If you want the olive oil, eat the whole olive, where the oil is found naturally in the olive. You'll be better off for it. Okay. So we eat fats, but we try to eat them in their whole form. Okay. You can eat your nuts, your seeds. Sometimes we blend them up. You know, nut butters are processed, but it's not where they've just stripped the nut away and just giving you the pure fat, the oil. We try to eat our fats in their whole state. Okay, so that way you're getting the fiber and the nutrients and everything else that come with that plant in this whole state. Okay, you just can't eat too much of it, but we definitely want to avoid the oils because all they do, I think Dr. McDougall says, the fat you eat is the fat you wear. And Dr. Esselstyn says the oils definitely clog up our arteries, and you know, promotes heart disease. So we want to just get rid of all the oils. Okay,
you're so welcome for that.
And eat whole fats. Okay, think of fats. Oh, you don't want no liquid fat. Let's think of whole fats, right? If you want some fat, eat some nuts. Eat an avocado. Eat some sesame seeds. I mean, you know, everything, and really, even spinach. Vegetables have fat in it. There are traces of fat in everything, every plant food that we eat. Some just has more than others. Okay. So again, if your goal is to lose weight, definitely you want to omit all oils because they're high in calories and they're not doing anything for your lips, hips, fingertips, or your heart. Okay. And then just keep your plant-based, high-rich fat foods at a minimal. Okay. And eat more your fruits, potatoes, rice, your vegetables, those types of things. Okay, so eat whole fats. No processed fats. No oily liquid pourable fats. Stuff. Okay. All right. So I hope I answered your question, Miss Bernetta. All right. So with that being said,
Yes.
we have with Kim, Dr. Kim. Dr. Kim,
Hey,
thank
Dr.
you for
Kim.
joining us, Dr. Kim. I was just getting ready to announce to everyone, just getting ready to announce to everyone that on next Wednesday, Dr. Kim is going to be Dr. Kim Scheuer. I'm sorry, I'll be messing up her last name, but Dr. Kim will be with us on next Wednesday. Let me put my slide up. Hold on one second now. I want to show y'all this.
You definitely don't want to miss this episode next week.
Right, because Dr. Kim is going to be talking about.
There it comes.
She's going to be talking about, let me hide this so y'all can see. She's going to be talking about nutrition for recovery.
Oh, man.
So you definitely want to join in for next Wednesday. Okay. You want to join in next Wednesday. Oops, sorry. Let's hide this. Sorry. I'm gonna get it right, y'all. Let me hide all these slides. But next Wednesday, you want to join in. Dr. Kim is gonna be with us. You want to register on the link below for the upcoming Truth About Weight Loss Summit. We'll be sharing our testimony on February 16th. Okay, so we got a lot going on here. Get to the root. Okay, so please join us for next Wednesday. Join us live. Dr. Kim will be with us, and she'll be talking about nutrition for recovery. Okay, and then y'all know Saturday we'll be live doing our workouts. Now, let me say this: we've had several people to say, "Faith, when you gonna do some cooking videos? Faith, when you gonna blog? Faith." If y'all can just please be patient with me. I am an accountant, and this is an extremely busy, stressful time for me. And blogging, believe it or not, takes time when we do those videos. And I just don't have the time right now. But if you could just stay with us,
hang in there with
stay connected, we get to the root. I promise you, I will be sharing more videos, blog videos, cooking demonstrations. I have so many to share. So please just be patient with me. Okay. The blogs will be coming. It doesn't take much to go live. You know, you pop the camera up and that's it. But with blogging videos, it takes some work. And right now I have to put my focus there, meeting tax deadlines. So we appreciate you.
We appreciate
you and you for hanging in there with us to get to the root. But in the meantime, join us on Saturday. For our workout.
Saturday, I'm gonna give you a little tidbit of what's gonna happen Saturday.
All right.
Okay. On Saturday, the workout is gonna be upper body madness.
All righty then. All right, Dr. Will has spoken.
Upper body madness.
All right. So Saturday is 7, next Wednesday at 8:30. We'll see you all then. And until then, always remember, our healthy choices become our healthy habits.
That's right.
And our healthy habits creates a healthy lifestyle. So let's get to the root of obtaining and sustaining our health by eating more plants.
That's right.
Stressing less.
That's right.
Moving our bodies.
That's right.
And loving more. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Sorry about going over the time this evening.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We love you all.
We'll
see y'all next time. Take care. Bye.